wonder. I've been wondering where this goes.
Okay, hi guys, welcome to my Oxford vlog. So today I wanted to take myself on a little trip because it's kind of like a weird day for me and I wanted to kind of take myself out. And I hadn't been on a solo trip in so long. Like, I'd been in London and seeing like people every week, but I thought it would be like a good day to finally re-immerse myself back into my own company. And so that's why I took this trip to Oxford. I've been before, but I didn't really get to explore it. I was on a tour and now I get to like explore the city in one whole day without the pressure of being timed. So my first stop was Blackwell's Books, which is like, at first I thought it was just like a normal bookstore, but this is the view when you go downstairs. There were so much like classical text and I didn't get to buy anything because I had too much books that I hadn't even read at all. I look kind of sad. It's not because I'm sad. I think it was just like my energy wasn't at 100 this day, and I think it's important to show times like that. And as I mentioned, this day was kind of weird for me, which I'll get into later. But yeah, that's why I look like that. This is my first time speaking in like 3 hours. I'm finally in Oxford. I'm eating at the Watson Garden, and I got chicken Penang curry because I'm not here to like eat bland food. Hopefully it's good. And my view right now is the Radput camera. But yeah, I'm just eating alone, day in my life, alone in Oxford. And later I'm gonna be going around, I think, like the views and the parks, but I really just want to sit down in a park. And I also have a meeting at 3 p.m, so I need to get some coffee. I think the mornings here are like pretty gloomy, and then like when it reaches to 3 p.m, it turns like really sunny. I don't know where I'm going next, but I want to go to like the Harry Potter locations. I know they're like, you have to book in advance, and I didn't book in advance, so I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. Maybe just like gallivant around. I just think it's so weird. Like, I was eating alone and I was not used to being alone anymore, which is insane because like the first few days here I was so used to being alone, and then I've had friends, and then like every day this past week I was like meeting up with someone new, and now I'm just like not used to being alone anymore, which is crazy. So I think this is good for me. This might be really good for me to get back into the swing of things, but that's insane. Being on a college campus reminds me of my uni days, and fall for me is the season of productivity, back to school, all that stuff. And I think that learning shouldn't stop outside of university, which is why I've been using Skillshare to level up my productivity and pick up new hobbies. This video is sponsored by Skillshare. Skillshare is the largest online learning community for creatives with thousands of classes led by industry experts across film, illustration, design, you name it. For example, I've been really into planning my itineraries on Notion, and I found this one masterclass where you learn all the basics along with the more complicated stuff, such as creating databases and leveling up your widgets. I'm also a religious user of Canva ever since uni, and I didn't know how to maximize it until I took this one class by Maggie Stera called Social Media Content Creation in Canva, from beginner to advanced. And they have everything there, from design do's and don'ts, Canva for social media, and even creating your own mock-ups. I've learned so much in a span of one day. Also, Skillshare just announced some exciting improvements with smarter class categories, 3 new class topics, creative careers, creative inspiration in AI and innovation, and the ability to find classes by software and material. So if you want to learn with me in this season of productivity, the first 500 people who click the link in my description box will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. So get started today, and thank you so much to Skillshare for sponsoring today's video. Okay, so I stumbled across the Bodleian libraries. I think I am gonna go to the Divinity School. That's where like they filmed the hospital wing in Harry Potter, but I'm not actually really sure. Actually, I am sure that's where I'm like downplaying it. Like, no, I'm not sure. I'm sure. So I'm just like walking around. It's really beautiful, and there's so much tourists actually. Me pretending like I'm not a tourist, I'm literally a tourist. Anyway, continuing on, I went to the Divinity School, which was the shooting location for the infirmary and the Yule Ball practice in Harry Potter. And it was just so crazy because I feel like, you know, you guys know that Harry Potter is such a big
part of like my childhood, and being there alone, it really like made me appreciate just like sitting there for like 30 minutes and being around all of this beautiful architecture. And then afterwards I went to the Weston Library and I saw this Franz Kafka exhibit, which was really small, but it was kind of perfect because the last time I traveled, I went to Prague and it was like Franz Kafka's hometown, I believe. And so I had like some background knowledge about it, and it was just so cool like seeing it and being there. And I honestly had no plan for today, and so I was just walking around.
There are things that I could say. Yeah.
There's this one place called Scriptum, and I fell in love with all the fine stationery. However, everything was so expensive, like insanely priced. Like a small notebook was like £30. Incredibly insane. So I was just there to look around and just randomly window shop. And I'm also wearing headphones because I am very uncomfortable in my own silence. Like, I just realized that I wasn't much of an extrovert until I was like alone. But I do love to enjoy my own company, and I think it's just so important to build that relationship with yourself, because at the end of the day, you're always gonna be with you. And so I think it's like so important to take yourself out on dates like this, even though you don't have anyone to go with. And of course, I had to get some afternoon coffee. There's the Colombian Roasters, which is said to be the best coffee in Oxford. I heard that Jericho Roasters was really good too, but that's the one that I went for, and it was really good. I would recommend it. And I also got this like little brownie as well. I'll get an iced latte to go.
Iced latte to go. Anything to eat?
A salted caramel brownie.
Mm-hmm.
That's it. Yeah, it's good.
There are things that I could say to melt the world and break your brain and heart. So I don't know why I'm afraid to speak or cause alarm. You deserve
Hi.
the
Oh, hi.
kind
Right now I am in Christchurch, I believe. I honestly don't know where I am. I'm just sitting here. There aren't that much like green spaces around Oxford, which is like kind of confusing because I thought there would be. I brought like a picnic blanket because I thought I could have like a picnic somewhere, and I'm genuinely in like on the side of the road right now. But I came from the Alice shop, which was directly across Christchurch, where apparently Lewis Carroll used to teach, and Alice was one of, I don't know, like one of the daughters of someone. I honestly don't know. The girl in the shop told me a story, and I was like looking and I was like, what's the story behind this print? Because I don't remember there being a sheep in Alice in the Wonderland. Like, I love Alice in the Wonderland. I haven't read the second book. I haven't read Through the Looking Glass. And she told me, like, the real story is like the real Alice used to come to that store, which was kind of like a sweets grocery shop, and she used to buy like barley candy? I honestly don't know. Don't quote me on this. And the woman who was selling was so old that she used to talk like a sheep. And so Lewis Carroll wrote it on his second book, I believe, in Through the Looking Glass. And that's why it's called like Alice's Sheep Shop. It's called Alice's Shop in Lewis Carroll's Old Sheep Shop in Oxford, which is so cute. I got my mom this mirror because she collects mirrors from different countries, so I got her an Alice in the Wonderland mirror, which is so cute. I love Alice in the Wonderland. I didn't buy a book anymore because I just bought one in Edinburgh. Besides Peter Pan, Alice in the Wonderland is my favorite, so it's like, wow, it's perfect. I'm literally here. And the other things I got, I got a salted caramel brownie from the Colombian Coffee Roasters, and then I went to Scriptum and I got this violin card for my cousin because it's his birthday, and we're gonna watch Leve together, and he plays the violin, which I thought was like, oh my god, perfect. And then I also got like, you know, like souvenir stuff. And then what else did I get? My bag is so heavy, like I feel like I shouldn't have brought this much stuff. Also, I did bring a tripod. Like, why don't I just take pictures? What's wrong with me? I brought a journal, so I might journal also here. What else is there to do here in Oxford? I mean, I could go to like a museum, but it's already like 5 p.m. so I can't really go to a museum. What else? I'm so sorry I haven't been talking the whole day. I feel like the whole day I haven't sat down and talked to you guys and like discussed anything. Basically, I'm here at Oxford today because it's kind of like it's like a weird day for me, like this day specifically, because it was my like previous relationship's anniversary, and it's just like weird, and it was like a long time ago, but it's still a weird day. Like, you still remember the day. It's like remembering a birthday of your old friend, so it's like it's kind of a weird day, and I wanted to do something for myself, so I took myself out on this little solo trip day, and I'm really glad I did it. For a while I was like, this isn't worth my money, like going all the way to Oxford, because it was just like I wasn't doing much, but just like one interaction with someone in like the Alice store like made my whole day. And also when I was in the stationery store, which is expensive, oh my god. Like, their notebooks would be like 40 pounds and it's like this small. Expensive. I do not recommend it. It's really beautiful. Do not recommend it. A guy there was like, oh, I also have the same camera, and he was like showing me the marbles and stuff. And I thought like he was flirting low-key, but then he was talking to like everyone in the store, and I found out he's American. So that, okay. I haven't journaled in so long. I feel like I haven't been reflecting. I thought that once I came here I'd be like journaling all the time, but I haven't, and I feel like I haven't exercised that part of my brain. Also, the signal here is so incredibly bad that I didn't even get to do my work meeting a while ago, so I'm forced to like work with what I have right now and like talk to the camera and talk to you guys and maybe read. But yeah, so far Oxford's been really pretty. I've been listening to like music on my headphones, a lot of Claire de Lune, a lot of like classical music, just walking around because I don't have like signal to listen to newer songs. I really wanted to listen to like the my playlist, which is called This Is What Magic Sounds Like or Feels Like, and that's like, I feel like it would be perfect to be around in Oxford. And I wish I brought my book Babel, because one of my mutuals was like, you should read Babel, and it's set in Oxford, and I'm literally here right now. I don't have any more updates.
So I ended up staying there for around 2 more hours, and I honestly didn't know that this was like the real life Hogwarts. I only found out after I searched, and it's just insane because it's just like a beautiful invisible string, like a happy surprise that I found out after the fact. And so I just drew and journaled the whole day, and I sat there and listened to music. It was just so peaceful. I hadn't really had time to sit down and reflect on everything that's happened to me, and that's why it's been like so great just being here and being present with myself. And that was my solo trip to Oxford. I know this vlog was very short and kind of like all over the place, but I really did enjoy my time here, and I took the 7 p.m. train back to London. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next vlog.